Welcome back, guys. First things first out here. The shop's a mess, so I gotta clean that up. You know how it gets. You guessed it. I'm back out here. Same thing I say every time. This time though, I got another part for the Polaris. So it's a nice cool night out. I decided to check the mail on my way in and I found this. A starter Bendix for the Polaris Sportsman 500, whatever. Ordered it from the Jungle site. Talked about that one last time. If you know, you know. I'm going to make the goal for tonight. I'm gonna pop the side cover off the motor, the flywheel cover. Swap the Bendix out while it's easy, while plastics are all off. I think I'm gonna put the original timing tensioner back in this thing because it's a ratchet, it's not hydraulic like I said earlier. It's mechanical, I don't see anything wrong with it. That way I know the timing chain tension will be set how it should be, and hopefully maybe that changes the noise between that and the Bendix. Otherwise, I've also heard these things are just noisy, so maybe that's what I'm hearing. I've never ran one before, never run one before, so maybe I'm just tripping, I don't know. So I want to try these two things, they're easy, and then I think I'm gonna throw everything back together, plastics, airbox, fix a couple goofy things that were broken already when I got it, and run this thing around and see what happens. Yeah, these are the two things that I've read about to try, at least the starter Bendix. Timing tensioner is my own idea, but I think it's all worth a shot, and it's the next step. I'm trying to get this project out the door to get another one in, so stay tuned. Well, I got the new Bendix here over at the bench. I don't know, I'm thinking the other one might have been replaced already, because it doesn't look that much different. And I saw they sell these Bendix side cover kits all together, and the side cover on the machine looks new, so either way, this, I don't know, it's kind of rattly, less rattly, so maybe there's something to it all. This one is going on the machine though. And then got my little tensioner deal. I don't know if there's a way to lock this out from ratcheting. I'm gonna figure it out. But back to the bike with the new and maybe improved Bendix. Drop my bolt. Good thing it's not stainless. I know some of you guys like to listen to me put in bolts and hear the ratchet click in and everything, so this one's for you. Just gonna hit the starter real quick and make sure that works like it should. Okay. Good enough for me. Now let's get that tensioner swapped out. Alright, back at the bench with the old tensioner. I think I'm gonna try and take that bolt out of the center because there's gotta be a spring in here pushing this thing back out. And if I can get that spring out of there, I can put it in, tighten this down to the block, let it fall in, put the spring, put the bolt back in, and away she goes. Should be tensioned as neutrally as possible, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna give that a shot. Ooh. Well, I got the cap, I got the washer, and the spring went on the floor, but I got it. So, this should go in and stay in. Yup. It's not popping back out. I'm gonna go put this on the engine and then put these pieces in after. Needed to grab a swizzle. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Now I gotta grab my parts. All right, in goes a spring. And that is right there. Okay, you can feel that. I could feel that ratchet. You guys can't feel that. That's dumb to say. Now, try and put this back together. Now shooting it across the shop. All right, got started with a few threads. I'm gonna grab a different socket. One of the few things that you can give your 11mm socket a workout with. Oh no. I lied, it's a 12. Got it snug down in the copper washer. And maybe time for a little run, see if it makes any less noise. I'm guessing no. And I can't imagine what that noise would be other than normal, because we were pretty thorough about checking stuff and everything seems like it's in place. So, and I feel like it would have blown, if there was something really wrong, it would have gone by now. So no rods out the block yet, but find me some wood to knock on. Okay, I guess what we're up to is giving this thing a run. And hopefully it doesn't make any more noise than it did before. And I'm just setting my expectations in the right place and guessing it's gonna be the same. But there's only one way to find out, and we're gonna try it right now. If it's the same, this thing's going back together, so I can rip it around and either blow it up or say it's okay. Because if I go to sell it, I at least wanna say I gave it some time and nothing happened, so. And it's all documented right here, so I'm not trying to hide anything. Yeah, let's give her a shot. Sounds a lot like it did before. There is one more thing I wanted to try before I throw this whole thing back together. While it's easy, I'm gonna pull the belt cover off and see if the noise is coming from this side. And if it is, hey, maybe we gotta just something, I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, I got the cover off. Visually, looks okay. I'll let you guys look at it. I don't know. It's a little loose there. I don't know anything about, sorry, you guys weren't even looking at it. I don't know much about CVTs and belts and stuff, so I'm gonna start it up and see if it's louder over here, if I can see anything. Maybe even pull that outer clutch off and see if the noise goes away. Well, it's hard to say, but I think I got a maybe. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that clutch off and see if it goes away without a belt and no load, no nothing, just engine. All right, I just went for a little Wi-Fi walk, and what that is when you don't have internet out in your barn, and you barely have it in your house, you walk until you see those 3 little curvy lines on your phone, and you start Googling stuff. And I Googled some stuff, and I found that you need a puller to get these things off, so I'm not doing that. I'm gonna put it back together and start, well, I just realized I was gonna start putting the plastics on, but I never power washed this thing, so I'm gonna put everything in the drive back together and probably give it a wash before I call it a night tonight. Guys, let's take a look at this thing all cleaned up. Oh yeah, they always look better when they're wet, but it's probably gonna need a final go over, but at least putting this thing back together, I won't be getting all nasty. It's like worlds better. Give a little walk around here while it's still dripping, and I'm gonna let everything drip dry. I'm gonna push it in the barn, and who knows, maybe I'll get back to it this weekend and start putting stuff back together. I'm not even going to try and start it right now. I'm just going to let everything dry up as much as possible, and then we'll get back to work on it. Alright, that's going to do it for this time. This might not be the end of the video, it's the end of my night. What did we do today? Well, we did a lot of stuff and got almost no progress, but maybe it's working the way it's supposed to. Replaced the starter Bendix, timing chain tensioner back to the factory one, pulled the primary cover off and checked it out, no conclusion. And we cleaned her up, so take one good look at it. We'll be seeing it again.